Okay, now we're going to talk about more grammar. Remember that the more complex the grammar, the more sophisticated we will sound, and the texts we will read will also be more complex and more sophisticated. So our reading level will go up as we move up in complexity. So let's talk about expressing future in academic contexts. In academic contexts, different than everyday language. Okay, in everyday language, we use a lot of I'm gonna, right? I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm going to. It means I'm going to, and then a verb. That's a plan that I am making. But in academic classes, in academic texts, we don't use going to, we don't use gonna. That is for everyday language when we're talking to our friends and we're talking about our plans. In academic texts, we use will probably, because we never know for sure. Well, we may be able to know sometimes, but not often. We can use could, may, and might to express future. So will probably, could, may, and might. These are all possibilities. Will probably is a very strong possibility. Could, may, and might are not as strong, but they're still possibilities. Okay? So, for example, I'm going to stay home this weekend. That I know for sure. So as you can see, this is my verb, right? Stay where? Home. When? This weekend. Okay? That's for everyday use. And even for their everyday use, if I don't know for sure, let's suppose I want to do something, I am planning to do it, but I don't know for sure if I will. I say I may, or I say I might. Okay? Then the verb, and then the complement, right? Possibilities. This one I know for sure. So I'm going to separate this. So here I know for sure, here I don't know for sure. This is everyday language. Now let's talk about academic language. What happens with academic language? We don't use going to. We use will probably. So this is an auxiliary, right? This is my subject. I is my subject, right? May is an auxiliary. Might is an auxiliary. The same thing here. Am going to is an auxiliary. All right? So they're just helping me express an idea. My idea here is that of certainty or uncertain. So now, academic language. Well, we use will probably, may, might, and could. So all possibilities. We don't know for sure. So we say that. Okay. Now, let's take a look again in the book. So, for example, the population in the United States may increase to 500,000 in 10 years. This is a possibility, but we never know, right? By 2045, the world population could be 9 billion. This is a possibility. It's a strong possibility, but we don't know for sure. Okay, let's stop and take a look at sentences with such as. Such as means for example. So, you can replace such as and use for example. And it's always an example of what the word that is just a little bit before such as. Several types of transportation, such as buses, trolleys, and the subway may become cheaper, faster, and more comfortable in the next 10 years. So such as means for example. And it's an example of what? It's an example of transportation. So let me give you another example. I love Mexican food, such as tacos, burritos, tamales, etc. Okay, so such as is an example of what? It's an example of Mexican food. This is an example of transportation. So such as comes right after the word you want to give an example of, or examples of. All right, now you forget about the word like the way you know. Okay, let's not talk about like in the sense of I like chocolate, I like biking around, I like the beach. This has nothing to do with that. This is a phrase before the subject or that compares two different things. So right here, for example, unlike my sister, I enjoy exercising. So unlike shows a difference, okay? Shows a difference. So if I say, unlike my sister, I enjoy exercising. This is my subject. This is my verb, okay? And this is my I'm comparing myself to my sister. And I'm saying we are different. So if I enjoy exercising, and I say, unlike my sister, it means my sister does not enjoy exercising. This is a difference. So for example, I say, unlike, let me compare my husband and me. And I'm going to say we are different. If we are different, I'm going to say, unlike my husband, I love to exercise. Right? So this, my sentence is, I love, okay? I love what? To exercise. Does my husband like to exercise or he doesn't? Well, if I'm using unlike, it means he doesn't. All right, so let's take a look at like. Like means a similarity. So like equals a similarities. So two things are similar, two people are similar. Like birds, butterflies lay eggs too. So butterflies is my subject, lay is my verb, and eggs too is my complement. So like birds, butterflies lay eggs too. Like birds, that means butterflies and birds are similar. I can say like my son, I love the beach. So are we similar or are we different? We are similar. Now if I say, unlike my son, I hate video games. Are we similar or are we different? We are different. Okay, bye.